Hello guys, I'm here again with the Blue Eyes deck I made. This is the new and improved version. I've made lots of new additions that make the deck a lot better than it used to be. Um, so here we go. We're having our 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. In case you don't know, it's a normal 8-star, 3000 attack, 2500 defense monster. Um, the new deck absolutely is based upon the strategy is based upon spamming Maiden as much as you can, and its effect is if it's targeted for an attack, you can negate it. And if you do special summon a Blue Eyes, that's not what we're mainly going to be using. What we're going to be using is the other part of this effect, and that is if card effect targets Maiden, then you special summon a Blue Eyes. But I'll explain how you can spam that later on. But you have 3 White Son of Legends. This is useful. It's just a tuner, 1-star tuner, which is very helpful for your extra deck later on. But and if it's sent to the graveyard by any means, you can send a Blue Eyes to your hand, which we can also use for a spell card I'll later explain. Now we move on to how you can spam Maiden. One Influence Dragon. It is a tuner, and once per turn you can target one face-up monster you control, or just one face-up monster, and it becomes a dragon type until the end phase. But what you really need it for is that it does target Maiden, so you can automatically special summon a Blue Eyes, and it is a tuner, so you can immediately go and synchro summon. You also have 2 Bright Star Dragons. It's level 4 effect monster that has 1900 attack and 1000 defense. But what it does is it targets one monster. When it's normal summoned, you target one monster you control, and it gains 2 levels until the end phase. This is extremely useful for targeting Maiden again, spamming it, and if you have, it is a 4-star, so you can combine that with Maiden with Blue Eyes to get some very, very large synchro monsters out. 3 Shining Angels. They're a 4-star. It's used to. Its effect is if it's destroyed by battle, then you can special summon 1 light monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck. Again, very useful if you're getting out Maiden, especially, and if you have to, White Stone of Legend. Onto the spells. You have 2 Forbidden Lances. They're used for targeting Maiden again, and it's a quick play spell card, and it targets one monster you control. It loses 800 attack, but Maiden doesn't have any attack or defense, so it doesn't really matter, and that card is unaffected by spells and traps. Very useful for getting out Blue Eyes. 3 Silver Scry. It's basically what you need in a Blue Eyes deck. It special summons 1 normal type monster from your graveyard, Blue Eyes. 3 Trade-ins. Combine White Son of Legend. Using White Son of Legend to get Blue Eyes to your hand, and then immediately using Trade-in is very useful. You discard a level 8 monster and then draw 2 cards. This deck does have a pretty decent amount of draw power. 2 Cards of Consonance. What I like to do here is you discard 1 Dragon type tuner monster with 1000 or less attack and draw 2 cards. I use White Son of Legend. You discard White Son of Legend, you get Blue Eyes to your hand, and then you also draw 2 cards. Pot of Duality. 1 Pot of Duality. You take the top 3 cards of your deck, and you pick 1, shuffle the rest in, back to your deck, but unfortunately you can't special summon after you use it, so keep that in mind. 2 Dragon Shrine. I don't think this card really needs 3, but you send 1 Dragon type from your deck to your graveyard. If it's a normal monster, then you send another to your deck from your graveyard. Obviously you're going to send Blue Eyes since it's a normal, and then either you can send a White Son of Legend, which adds a Blue Eyes to your hand, or you can send out Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which is extremely useful in this deck. Actually, it's extremely useful in any dragon deck, but you can either send it directly from your graveyard, it to the graveyard, or you can banish one dragon type monster on the field from play to special summon it immediately. What I like to do is I like to banish either Influence Dragon or Bright Star Dragon, because you get out of Blue Eyes, also Red Eyes, and then if you have Blue Eyes in your graveyard, then you can special summon a dragon type using Red Eyes once per turn. So very useful Dragon Train. 2 MSTs. I just don't have enough. I like to. My deck's at a 41 card deck. I just like to keep it as small as possible. So I just did 2 MSTs. Some base staple. I have 2 staple spell cards: Dark Hole and Book of Moon. Self-explanatory. Now, a few traps that I use. 3 Call of the Haunteds. It's great for bringing back some of the extra deck that I'll introduce later, or especially Red Eyes, Darkness Metal Dragon when you Dragon Trine it. Some staple traps: Mirror Force, Compulsory Evacuation Device, Fiendish Chain, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Torrential Tribute. Now, onto the extra deck. You obviously, for every Blue Eyes deck, you want Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Extremely useful, especially when you can spam Blue Eyes, get them out immediately with Maiden, or if you use Influence Dragon, you already have a tuner, so you can immediately get out Azure. Either you can attack with his 2500 attack, or you can set it immediately into defense for 3000. And when it's special summoned until the next turn, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Extremely useful. And during your standby phase, you can special summon a normal monster from your graveyard. Blue Eyes. It's extremely spamming Blue Eyes from your graveyard. I've done it multiple times. Very useful. My extra deck is far from completed, so these next ones aren't too good. But you got Avenging Knight Parshath. It's very fun to use. It's 8-star, 2600 attack. Once per turn, you can change the battle position of one face-up monster your opponent controls. And it also has piercing damage. Stardust Dragon. That's pretty self-explanatory. Red Dragon Archfiend, just because I need stuff to fill my extra deck. Like I said, do not have very many. My extra deck, I still yet to get cards that are needed for my extra deck, so I'm going to be getting those pretty soon. Gaia Knight Pearl, Gem Knight Pearl, excuse me. It's rank 4 with 2600 attack. I use it just to counter as best as possible the Evil Swarm, the freaking Evil Swarm Ophion trap that I faced before. And number 39 Utopia, another rank 4, pretty self-explanatory yet again. Well, thanks for watching my Blue Eyes deck. I hope you liked it. Leave any comments if you have any recommendations still, especially for the extra deck. I'm still kind of not quite sure what to put in for the extra deck, so yep, thanks.